store. So that is my nugget to you. Now, I want to get into the numbers because I want to show you the power from buying from your own store and the power of teaching others to commit to a 120-point auto ship. And I'm going to take this slow because this is numbers that I'm working with, and I want to make sure that everyone is able to get it. Okay, so at the director's level, you know that you need 1,000 points weekly on your left and on your right. So if you and your team are on a 120-point auto ship, in order for you to reach the rank of director and maintain that rank, you need 9 120-point auto ships to run on your left leg and 9 120-point auto ships to run on your right leg for the week. And that is for your entire team. You know, your entire team's volume will be counted in that. Once you do that, you will be making on a weekly basis anywhere from $120 to $699 a week on the binary alone. That is not counting your retail, is not counting your fast start, and it does not count your check match. Okay? So if you do this, all the other things are going to fall in place. So there's 9 people on your left and 9 people on your right. So I had to also have another perspective on this. I said, okay, well, what is that in a yearly? What's that in a yearly income? So what I did was I took the bare minimum of what you can make as a director, and I times that by 52 weeks in a year. And the number that I came up with is $6,240 a year. Now, when I thought about that, I said to myself, okay, when I was working as a nurse, because I got out of bedside nursing and I got into corporate nursing. I was the DON, at different places, and then I got into the marketing aspect. And at my job, the highest raise that you could get was 3%. So you had to jump through hoops to get your 3%. You had to go through an evaluation where they can't give you all the highest points because there's no room for improvement, although you know you are the best at your job, right? But they always have to have some room for improvement. So you don't get the highest points. So a lot of times you don't get the highest raise. So what I said to myself is that this yearly income of $6,240 is more than I am going to ever get in a raise. And after you get paid from your job, how much are you really taking home? Okay, so this $6,240 may represent to some people a second job. So what I'm saying to you is that you can follow this system and not have to get a second job. So we're going to move on to the executive level. At the executive level, you need 5,000 points on your left and 5,000 points on your right. What you need is you need 42 120-point auto ships to run on your left and 42 120-point auto ships to run on your right for that week, and you will hit executive director. And if you keep doing that, you will sustain your rank. Okay? And the amount that you are going to make on a weekly basis, $700 to $1,050 $399 in the binary on a weekly basis. What that comes out to be a year is $36,400 a year. When I crunched those numbers, I said, whoa, there's a lot of people that make $36,000, like $30,000 a year. You know, teachers make that. They have to go to college. You know, they have to pay back student loans. They got to deal with their job and those kids and all that stuff. I know that teaching is a passion, but, bus drivers make that. There's a lot of professions that make around, that's that $30,000 a year mark, so you can do that on a part-time basis in Total Life Changes. And that is not counting your retail. It does not count your Fast Start bonuses, and it does not count your check match. So I'm hoping that you're like saying, wow, with this training, and you're changing your perspective, so you can actually be on your way to $1 million business. All right, so I'm going to move it up to regional director, because this was a game changer for me, okay? When I crunched these numbers, at the regional director's level, you need 10,000 points on your left and 10,000 points on your right on a weekly basis. That's you and your team, right? So what that comes out to be is 84 people on your left and 84 people on your right to run a 120-point auto shift. But get this, everybody. You are going to make anywhere from $1,700 to $3,399 on a weekly basis. I'm going to say that again. You're going to make anywhere from $1,700 to $3,399 on a weekly basis. But when you crunch the numbers, guess what you will be making yearly? You will be making $88,400 a year. Now, for me, at this point, I'm going to tell you, see, I didn't know this when I actually was working my job. I did not figure this part out. I just figured this part out this summer, okay, as I had already quit. But I would have quit because $88,400 is money, that enough money for me to quit my job, because I know that I'm going to be making money retail. I know that I'm going to be making money in the Fast Start, and I know that I'm going to be making money in the check match bonuses, which is going to put me over the $100,000 mark. So I would have been a goner. I wouldn't even stay, through that agony until I did. I reached, national director before I quit my job. But there are so many people that are doing this on a part-time basis, because you definitely can reach regional director in Total Life Changes on a part-time basis. But let's talk about, the different professions that make $88,000. You definitely getting a college degree, so you got to go to college, right? And your coach, I saw a periscope of her, and she was outside of her high school, and she was talking about how she dropped out of school in the 9th grade. So network marketing is just such a powerful, powerful profession. So I want you guys to look at this as a profession, because that's what it is. It's a profession. So in order for you to make, $88,000 in corporate America, you got to go to college. You got to pay back student loans. Stormy Wellington, she ain't got to pay back no student loans, right? Pay back student loans. And then you have to, you make your money. But how much do you actually bring home after taxes? You're not bringing home much after Uncle Sam, gets a hold of your money. When you own a home-based business and you're thinking like a millionaire, you're going to keep more of your money because you can write a lot of different things off. So, I just want you to just open up your mind and embrace it. At the regional director, $88,400 a year. All right, it gets better, everyone. Whew. At the national director level, you need 20,000 points on your left and 20,000 points on your right. So what that translates to, in 20-point authorship coming out in your business on a weekly basis is 167 120-point authorships on your left, 167 120-point authorships on your right. Okay? And when you do that, you're going to make on a weekly basis anywhere between $4,000 and $9,999 on a weekly basis just on the binary alone. Just on the binary alone. So I want you to hold on to your hat when I tell you what this comes out to be on a yearly basis. Are y'all ready? It comes out to be $208,000. Oh my goodness. When I, realized this, I was like, wow. The people that I know that work in corporate America and make $200,000 a year, those people are in high pressure jobs. Those are the jobs that if you make a mistake, you get an X, okay? Those are the jobs that, you spend long hours at and you miss time with your family. Those are the jobs that you better have your phone next to you at all times. You are working, weekends, you're working late nights, you're probably traveling, because I know someone who has a job and she's making around $150,000 a year, and, she's really not having enough time with her family, quality time. So these are the high-powered, high-pressure jobs. Also, too, doctors make this, and I'm talking about surgeons, make this money. But I have a lot of friends who are doctors, and, what I know is that if they don't work, they don't get paid. And also, too, when you're at this level, usually, people start to create a lifestyle for themselves, this big lifestyle that they put them kind of in the rat race. They get the home, they get the cars, they get the children, in private school. If it's a man that is the income earner, he has a stay-at-home wife. It becomes a vicious cycle because really after Uncle Sam takes his money, then what are you left with? All right? Okay, I hope y'all getting this. Wow. Okay, now, at the global director level, I get real excited. I'm ready to just start doing the happy dance right here because wait till y'all hear these numbers. Okay, now you know that you need 50,000 points on your left and 50,000 points on your right in the binary, okay, on a weekly basis. So what that comes out to being is 417 120-point authorships coming out on your left, 417 120-point authorships coming out on your right. What I want you guys to keep in mind is that this is your entire team now. Your entire team, not just you, not just the people that you personally enroll, your whole entire team. This is doable. This is doable. And what you're going to be able to make is $10,000, between $10,000 and $19,099 on a weekly basis in the binary. Now, I'm telling you, at the global directors level, you are getting some powerful check matches. So can you imagine just adding your check matches to this? I didn't add check matches because I wanted to keep it simple for you, okay? So at the end of the year, because we get paid 52 weeks in a year, that was genius of Jack Fallon to pay us 52 weeks in the year. That comes out to being $520,000 a year. I'm going to say it again, y'all. That comes out to being $520,000 per year just by having 417 people run a 120-point authorship on your left and on your right on a weekly basis. That is it, okay? Wow. Now, I don't even know who makes $520,000 a year in corporate America. So you're talking about your big CEOs, and you got to go through a lot to actually earn money at this level. But what are you taking home after taxes? With that, you really creating a huge lifestyle for yourself. You really think you're doing something, by bringing home $500,000 a year. But when you own your home-based business, you can do so much more. You can be so much more powerful at this level. Okay, I'm going to get to the ambassador level now. And, I like to say, and I like to talk about this, is that when, we're on stage in New Orleans, we're going to be in New Orleans, but we're on stage in Atlanta, and people were getting those rings, and we had the haters saying, they're not making that money, they're not making that money. Yes, we are. It's in our compensation plan. We don't have to make a disclaimer here because it's just the number, okay? So the ambassador level, and I'm going to tell you that I was having like a little panic attack just for a second when our tea was taken, out of our back offices. And I was in the shower, and I was like, Lord, please don't take this money away from me. Please, 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 please. So God revealed to me in the shower, he was just dropping my spirit. You're going to be okay. Just on authorship alone, you're going to be okay. So that's when I got out of the shower, and I started crunching some numbers real quick, and that was this summer. So I was like, I am going to be okay. So let me get to these numbers, everybody. At the ambassador level, you need 100,000 on your left and 100,000 on your right on a weekly basis. So what that comes out to be is 834. I'm going to say it again because I know you want to catch this. 834 120-point auto ships to run on your left, and 834 120-point auto ships to run on your right. That is not just you, that's you and your whole entire team, because you got a team rocking, at this point, right? Rocking and rolling at this point in the game, all right? And what you are going to do is, unfortunately, I'm so sorry to be the bearer of bad news, you're going to max out at $20,000 a week. Isn't that wonderful? So that means that you're going to be bringing home $80,000 a month just on the binary. And I'm going to tell you, the magic of our compensation plan is in that check match bonus. But anyway, so you're going to bring home $20,000 a week, okay? But let me tell you what that comes out to be on a yearly basis. That comes out to be $1,040,000 a year. So when Stormy and I were receiving our $1 million rings, I hope it's making sense to you now. So for everybody, all the haters say, oh, no, they ain't making $1 million. Yes, it's right here in our compensation plan. Because my husband and I, we maxed out the binary a long time ago, and I'm so grateful, that for this compensation plan. I'm so grateful to be able to have done that, you know. So what I want to say to you is that this is your blueprint. This is your blueprint. So what I want you to do is I want you to go into your back offices, and I want you to click on geographical downline light. And when you click on that, your organization is going to come up. If you scroll all the way down to the end of the page and you click on the arrow, a whole other set of your organization is going to come up. So that's for people who have large organizations. So and what you can actually do is you can take snapshots of your geographical downlight, and you can systematically give it to your team and say, hey, get your people binary qualified and make sure they are on 120-point ownership. And you can count one, you can do your numbers right from there. We have a wealth of information at the tip of our fingers just in our back offices, guys. Okay? So I just really, really hope that this was a light bulb moment for a lot of people on this call, because when I usually do this training, people come up to me and they say, Denise, I could not sleep at night because I get it. I get it. If I really focus on this, everything else will fall into place. I can do this because you're able to have goals now that you can chip away at. So I just really hope that after hearing, what I had to say tonight, after hearing this training, that you are truly, truly all in. You are truly all in. But I just want to just go back to something, that Coach Stormy was talking about, because people come to my husband and I all the time and they ask, the nuggets. If you do not have your tickets for our conference